Holy stock market. Zoom stock just increased over 42% to around $450 a share in just a matter of one day. Why the heck is this happening? What's going on, you guys? My name is Carson Rouse and welcome back to Business Buzz, where we focus on business, entrepreneurship, and investing. And today I'm going to be talking about the company Zoom. In this exact order, I'll be talking about Zoom as a company and their business model, how they make money. Then I'll be talking about some recent news and going a little over their stock information. And lastly, at the end of the video, I'm going to let you know whether I think their stock is a buy. I'm going to chapter this video out too, so if you want to skip to a certain section of the video, like if you're not interested in their business model, you feel you already have a good grasp, then go down to the description of this video and click on the timestamp of the section that you want to go to. Other than that, before we get into the video, make sure to go down and smash that like button. Turn that like button a dark black for me. It doesn't turn blue anymore, it turns a dark black, and make sure there is at least 23 likes. So Zoom is a company that was just created 9 years ago, back in 2011, and they IPO'd last year in 2019, and they are already valued at well over $100 billion. Just for reference, 2011 is the same year that Osama bin Laden was assassinated, and it's also the same year that Party Rock Anthem took over the radio. And in just the short time span since Party Rock Anthem and now, they have reached a market cap that exceeds Wells Fargo and Starbucks and many other large companies that you would never think that Zoom is worth more than. So how did they do this, and what do they do as a company that's so great? So Zoom offers a unique video conferencing service to its customers. Many schools and businesses alike use it to connect their employees or students through virtual online meetings that have very high quality video and audio and even message chat capabilities. Even very large companies can utilize this service, as Zoom allows for up to 500 users at the same time in a single meeting. Users can even use screen sharing. They can show other people what exactly they're seeing on their computer screen, which can be very helpful to explain to somebody what you're talking about or show them the problem that you're encountering. All in all, Zoom offers businesses the opportunity to build a very efficient ecosystem around their company that encourages communication and collaboration. This has been especially relevant the past few years, as more and more jobs are allowing for their employees to just work from home, especially with different tech jobs. And it's even more relevant the past few months as the virus has kept workers at home quarantined, but I'll get into that more in the next part of the video. But how the heck does Zoom make money from these products? So Zoom actually operates on a pretty interesting business model. It is what's known as the freemium business model. This means that users and different businesses and any customer that wants to use Zoom's products can do it for free, totally free, no charge. But here's the catch. To unlock certain tools and to get past certain limits and restrictions, they must purchase plans that allows them to do so. You guys might be thinking, well, a freemium model sounds pretty stupid. Why do companies utilize a freemium model? Shouldn't you always charge the customer? Shouldn't you always be looking for a way to make money?
Sounds stupid.
Well, here's the deal. I think a freemium model is a great way to operate your business because it allows more potential customers to start using your product, getting the hang of it, and eventually becoming reliant on it. So then they must require more tools, less restrictions, so they then purchase the plans, whereas the customers, if you charge from the beginning, they may have never used it in the first place. It's similar to a free trial business model. So Zoom actually makes its money from a few different streams, but I'll just be focusing on their main source, which is their Zoom Meetings product. This is their most well-known product, and it allows businesses or any group or organization for that matter to run online virtual meetings. The first thing the customer has to do, however, is to choose a hardware provider to install the necessary hardware that is required to run Zoom online meetings. And Zoom has actually found a way to monetize this part of the business, which is amazing. They actually charge certain hardware companies to promote them. So when they go to their customers, they'll be like, hey, I recommend using Cisco to install your hardware for this product, and they make money that way as well. But from there, where they make most of their money is from the subscription-based model. Customers will pay around $150 to $200 a year per license. So they're making money annually or monthly, depending on how their customers wish to pay. Depending on the tier that the customers pick, they can have more or less participants, more cloud storage, or more or less perks. It all depends on really how large their company is or how much money they have to shell out to Zoom. Now that you feel you have a good understanding of Zoom and how they make their money, let's talk about some recent news and stock info, specifically why their stock price has risen so dramatically. So Zoom has actually been quite the hot ticket stock the entire year because they have been major beneficiaries of the COVID-19 virus. So the pandemic actually caused many businesses to close their doors and many schools to do the same thing, which meant that their employees had to work from home and their students had to learn from home. So Zoom obviously had the products to fill this huge hole in the market. Schools could now hold their classes online, and businesses could now hold their business meetings and work from home online through these products. And even before yesterday's big events where their stock rose insanely, their stock was already up over 350% this year alone. Many bulls of Zoom stock argue that even after this pandemic is totally over, that the businesses and schools who have already purchased subscriptions are already going to love the product so much and become so reliant on it that they will continue paying for it and using it. The profit margins for this company have honestly continued to increase dramatically over the past year or so. It seems as every quarter they're making more and more profit with better and better margins. Last quarter they recorded over $328 million in revenue. So what is it about this quarter's earnings that were so special that caused the stock to rise over 42% in price? Well, let me just tell you, when Zoom announced their quarter 2 earnings for the fiscal year of 2021, it blew everybody's mind. They recorded a quarterly revenue of $663 million, which compared to the quarter at this time last year, it about quadruples that number. Analysts only predicted Zoom to earn around $500 million that quarter, and they obviously did much better. Their EPS also doubled what analysts were predicting, up to around 92 cents a share for this past quarter, which is absolutely insane. Again, their profit margins just keep increasing, and the amount of profit they're earning is honestly crazy. Big hedge funds and many investors are starting to take notice of these insane profits, and in just the fiscal year of 2021, Zoom is expected to record a total of around $2 billion in revenue, give or take. Zoom even reported an average of around 150 million active users on their service every single month. And just for reference, the USA population is just over 300 million. Tech stocks just seem to be on fire lately, and Zoom is honestly no exception. And guys, if Zoom can record just a few more quarters of consistent profit growth and these great numbers, we could very well see them on the S&P 500 list soon, which would do wonders for their stock price and their total overall reputation. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's get down to what you are all wondering. Do I believe that Zoom stock is a buy? First of all, I am not a professional licensed financial advisor, so invest at your own risk and take what I say at face value and do your own research. You see, personally, I find growth stocks really tough to see if they're a good investment because their valuation measures are all out of whack. Like Zoom has a PE ratio in the thousands. That is absolutely insane, and if you're a value investor, that number might give you nightmares. So again, if you're a Warren Buffett type investor and you only stick to, value companies that are trading at below what they should be and have good values and all that, you might want to stay away from Zoom stock. But if you're in the market for a growth stock and you're willing to take a little bit of a risk, believe it or not, I would actually say that Zoom stock may very well be a buy or at least a hold. While their stock price has grown insanely and accelerated so quickly since their IPO last year, I don't even really think it's kept up with how great their revenues have improved and how their user base has just exploded. I think that as Zoom begins to diversify into even more products and as businesses, their customers become more and more in love with the products and the ecosystem they provide, I very well believe that Zoom could become a well-known top tier, I'm talking top tier tech company if they're not there already. I think they already have some good competitive advantages. They already have a brand that people like. I mean, everybody knows Zoom. Like, they are the leaders in the video conference sector. They also have a very simple UI and a good ecosystem that they're building around. I think businesses are going to become reliant on this. All in all, I think Zoom is a really interesting stock to look at, and even after this insane stock price growth, I think it only gives more reason to potentially invest in this company. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you haven't liked already, make sure you do. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, you have to. I mean, we are almost at 2,000 subscribers, and I'm thinking about doing a giveaway at 3,000 subscribers. So once we hit 2K, I will announce the giveaway. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.